Well, the sun sets on a very nice dry weekend. I mean, it wasn't completely clear. Obviously, we had some issues with haze, and Friday was supposed to be a nice clear day, but it turned out to be a little bit hazy. You saw the video of the sunset. Not going to show that, but it was a dry weekend. We've actually managed to string 3 dry days in a row, which is very rare this year, and just very rare in general. As we get into this wetter climate that we're dealing with because of stall front syndrome, and we're going to be dealing with that again now that the sun has set on this weekend. Now we were dealing with tropical storm Chantal, which will have some impacts on us as well, and already some impacts at the beach. Here's what the waves looked like at the beach today, and I have a video of that too, so you can check that out. Pretty big waves at Jones Beach, indeed. So. Yeah, very interesting, and yeah, I walked all the way to the west end where there's some pines, today. So I figured let me get that in because we're going to be dealing with some crappy weather this week now that the weekend is over. We'll show you what conditions are at Islip right now. 77, dew points up to 72. You definitely felt that humidity today, definitely higher with the dew points, especially this evening. The dew points started rising. During the day, they weren't as high, though. We had dew points in the mid-60s with a lot of jet junk around in Cirrus, but you can see how the dew points have come up now. The humidity is sort of working its way in. Looking at yesterday, we'll just go over yesterday's weather as well. Saturday's weather was pretty pleasant as well. Highs in the mid-80s. The dew points were, not super low, but and there were sea breezes keeping cool. It was very nice at the beach. Not so great in my area, but generally speaking, a nice weekend. Fairly seasonable, dry, and a good amount of sunshine, although, like I said, we didn't really have any nice deep blue skies because of that haze that we had today. And in the alley, we've got 79 degrees, so it's not that bad. It's like 3 degrees warmer. Last night was a little worse. So we'll just take a look and see what the highs were on the map today. And see Long Island, mainly in the mid-80s. South Shore was more like in the low 80s and upper 70s. More toward the North Shore, mid-80s, and even some upper 80s. So LaGuardia got up to 90. JFK got up to 86, and 86 at Central Park. And then as you make your way into New Jersey, you're dealing with temperatures around 90, like 91 in Toms River, obviously. So felt a lot worse there. Going over our weather statistics today for Islip, high of 85. Was 3 degrees above normal. The low of 72 was 5 degrees above normal. And giving us an average of 79, which is 5 degrees above normal. And month to date, we've received 1.31 inches of rain, which is above normal. And that's probably going to be the trend this week as we deal with a round of stall front syndrome. Here's your satellite image. We'll go over this. And you can see there was a little bit of haze. And there was... Toward late in the afternoon, it cleared up, but there was a lot of jet junk earlier during the day. But there was plenty of sunshine. It just wasn't a nice blue sky. And this right here is what's left of Chantal right there. You can see right there. Looks like it's gone well inland, and we'll have to see what the effects are going to be on our area. But with this front stalling out across the area, because, again, we don't have a jet stream, and this has been a disaster for Texas, by the way. We're going to talk about that, too, so you can see what's going on here. This is just a very confused-looking satellite image. Nothing is really moving along because we have no jet stream. There's no jet stream to move anything along, so things are just kind of meandering around. We have this front over the Midwest. We'll look at the radar and show you that. And no precipitation in our area. You can see there's what's left from Chantal. It's just basically a small, compact area of precipitation. And you can see over here, showers and thunderstorms in the Midwest. And then this is the area here, central Texas, that's been dealing with just devastating. The remnants of Barry, which was very like a tropical depression, just stalled over that area for days and days. July 4th was the worst of it, but they're getting more rain over and over again. Again, because we don't have a jet stream. I wish the president would say, we have a crisis. We don't have a jet stream. And that is a crisis. Because there's nothing to move anything along. And this is what happens. Of course, he's not going to say that. I'm saying it, though. Going to the radar here, I close this, and you'll see at least 80 now. The death toll is up to 80 in Texas. And 11 girls at Camp Mystic still. So it affected a camp. There wasn't much warning. Again, we've made a lot of cutbacks to the Weather Service. This is exactly what happens, unfortunately, because there wasn't warning. And people were in harm's way, unaware that this river just completely basically flash flooded. And just, this is some pictures of the flash flood here. This river just became almost like a tsunami. Just ripped through this area, and they've gotten almost 2 feet of rain in this area. 2 feet of rain, and it's going to keep raining because there's nothing to move anything along. This is why we're talking about a climate crisis, and we also have heat waves in Europe as well. This is it's just the world is just in chaos, not surprisingly. Chantal, just a depression now. And it's sitting over interior North Carolina. Looking at our weather map. Let's go to that weather map. You see what we got here. Just a mess. This is Tropical Depression Chantal. This is the remnants of Barry just sitting over central Texas. And this is a stalling cold front here. Again, there's no jet stream, so nothing is moving. We move this along here. You'll see things really just don't move very much. That front kind of slowly works into our area a little bit, but it's going to stall out. And you can see, look at all this area here, and the whole East Coast is dealing with the chance of showers and thunderstorms. Again, dealing with this crap. Again. So we did get a nice 3-day weekend, but now we got to deal with a week of suck. And chances of rain every damn day. Again, with this. Enough already. Who'll stop the rain, as Creedence Clearwater Revival has said here. Storm Prediction Center, obviously no severe concerns for the next couple of days, but Tuesday there is a concern for some marginal severe thunderstorms that might wind up being in our area as that front gets a little closer. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the models, and we'll go ahead and we'll take this to the European here. So I'll just take this to the North American view just to show you how screwed up everything is. Let's start with the jet stream. There is no jet stream. We don't have a jet stream. There's a little remnant of it in Canada. You can see there, a little filament of it. But there's really nothing to move anything along. You have like this weird cutoff, what is this in the southwest? I mean, this is just strange. All the normal things. You can see there's a little, very weak dip in the jet stream here as we get toward the end of the week. That's going to create a trough and a low and bring us some unsettled weather as we get toward the end of the week. And then maybe we can improve it by the weekend. It's looking like it, but I don't know. We'll go a little further on the European. You can see this jet stream is just, look at this. I mean, look at this. You could, whatever is left of it, and then it goes all the way up here. We have no jet stream right now. We have no jet stream. Get that through your head, all right? There's very little jet stream, very little steering currents, and it does look like there's going to be a big ridge setting up as we get to later in July, which might mean heat. So I'll go to the 500, the upper air look, and you see there's a little modest ridge there. There's troughs all in the Arctic. But this is a very disorganized mess. And then you can see there's just very weird looking weather here that we're seeing. Very weird. Very absolutely weird. It's only going to get weirder. All right. We'll go look at our temperature anomalies as well to see if we have any heat waves that we're going to have to worry about for our area. And you can see we're going to see above normal temperatures this week. No real heat waves, though. No big heat waves. It looks like there might be one in eastern Canada, but no big heat waves for us. So let's go ahead and look at the surface now on the European. And again, GFS just I don't really look at right now as much. So you see here, there's that low, that remnant low of Chantal. We've got a high offshore, and some of that moisture may get into our area and cause some showers and thunderstorms. It's not like it's going to be all the time, but there definitely could be some. Tuesday seems like it's trending a little drier, but then we have this front that's going to come through. That's our focus for severe weather on Tuesday evening. But that front kind of just washes out to the south. And we still have showers and chances of showers and thunderstorms in our forecast here. And then Friday, it looks like another low tries to form along it. It's just going to be kind of unsettled. The humidity isn't going to be going anywhere because of this. We're not really going to get into any dry air, though. It's showing maybe toward the end of the forecast period, maybe we can get into some drier air. This is what the European is showing, perhaps. I'll show you the dew points as well. So you can see all the humidity that we're dealing with here on the East Coast. That's not going anywhere. Dry air doesn't get in. If you're in Nova Scotia, you'll have some relief, in Canada and west of the Rockies. But the whole eastern part of the country pretty much dealing with lots of humidity and maybe a little bit of improvement toward the end of the period, perhaps. But we're kind of stuck in the humidity. And we're not in August. This is more of an August-like pattern. But none of this is normal. We're supposed to have cold fronts come through. There are no cold fronts because there's no jet stream. All right? People don't want to get that through their head. It's like this every summer now. All right? I'll just show you the GFS as well. This is the GFS. Just show you this one. All right. Just showing you the GFS just to see. The GFS is a little wetter looking than the European. So whatever it graces, it's not a great pattern. It's not like what we had earlier with the dreariness, but it's going to be unsettled with a chance of showers every day, basically. If you go to the Climate Prediction Center, a 6 to 10 day above normal temperatures, pretty much the whole country above normal. Very good chance for above normal precipitation this week, and then the 8 to 14 day, the precipitation goes to normal. We're still kind of a little bit above normal, so no real below normal temperatures. This kind of just shows you this kind of stagnant pattern that we're in here. All right, let's go and look at the HRRR. Do a little short range stuff, and we'll show you what we're going to be dealing with here on the HRRR, and you'll see here that you'll start seeing some showers break out during the day tomorrow. Maybe a little bit earlier, and there'll be a break, and there could be some more showers and thunderstorms. Probably nothing severe, but then as we get into Tuesday, that's when we have to worry about that line. I'll have a better idea of that as we head in. Right now, this doesn't look too bad, but it could be worse than this is predicting, obviously. Dew points, obviously the humidity is with us. We're going to have a southerly flow. At least it'll tend to keep the shore areas cooler, but those dew points are going to be well into the 70s. You know, when I was growing up, it was rare to have dew points in the 70s, and usually it only happened in August. Now we have it a lot more often. This is another sign of how our climate has changed. And that dry air is not going to come here. You see it kind of teasing us, but it's not going to come here, and we stay in the humidity right through Tuesday, and that's subtly, at least it's a southerly based flow, so it won't get too hot with that southerly based flow. Temperatures tonight really won't drop that much, and then tomorrow you'll see temperatures probably will be, depending on what there's a shower, hotter inland, probably mid to upper 80s inland, maybe close to 90. Long Island will probably just see low 80s. There'll probably be a decent amount of cloud cover around. And then Tuesday is going to wind up being a little bit hotter, I think. So it's showing Tuesday being, it could be inland. It could be low 90s again, low to maybe even mid 90s on the shore better. So Tuesday it's definitely be hotter, and that day could feature more sun because we're seeing those hotter temperatures, I think. If I want to go a little further along, we'll have to go and look at the European. So I'll just show you that there's no relief from this humidity. None. We have a southerly flow, more of a southwesterly flow on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, same deal. Maybe tries to get a little bit of dry air, tries to get in from the north, but that front just kind of washes out over us. And then we're just stuck in the humidity pretty much all week long, pretty much, all right? So we're stuck in it. It's not going anywhere. Temperatures will be a little... Wednesday tends to be a little bit cooler, depending on how much cloud cover you have. Thursday is probably going to be a day where we'll probably see more in the way of showers. And then Friday could be a little bit warmer again. So, generally speaking, temperatures will be near to above normal, but it won't be crazy hot, at least like what we had before. At least we're not going to be dealing with that. I actually want to go back to the HRRR. I just want to show the Cape, see if we have any severe. There's a little bit of Cape tomorrow. Nothing too crazy. It's Tuesday. You see those Cape levels are higher. It's Tuesday that we're going to have to watch for for our next chance of severe weather. Every chance. I mean, we've had busted every time here on Long Island. I mean, a few areas got hit, but maybe we'll get lucky on Tuesday. But it's been very disappointing, to say the least. Now, we'll go over to sky cover. I'll go to the RGEM. And there'll be plenty of clouds around. You'll see tomorrow here. Plenty of clouds, high clouds, maybe some mid-level clouds. It won't be sunny like today. Get used to mostly cloudy skies, though. It looks like Tuesday, maybe there'd be a little more in the way of sunshine. But then you can see the clouds kind of billowing. And then Wednesday, you see that front ain't going anywhere. But we might have some breaks, so there might be some breaks of sun. But again, it won't be a clear sky. Not like we had a clear sky this weekend. We had a lot of jet junk around, and then we had the smoke as well to deal with. So I don't know when I'm going to have another nice blue sky. It seems to be impossible to get a nice blue sky anymore in this world that we're living in, and that's I think what sucks the most. I think. So we'll go over to the HDRPS. I just want to look at this. This is an old run, but I'll look at it anyway to see what it has for tomorrow. And the activity tomorrow is not really that impressive. It's Tuesday. Again, this only goes out to 18Z, but it's Tuesday that we have to be concerned about for severe weather. So, other than that, the smoke, I don't think we're going to be dealing with that anymore because the flow isn't coming out of Canada, so we don't have to deal with any of that wildfire smoke. We'll go ahead and look at this. Yeah, not really showing much smoke with that. Again, more of a southerly flow, tropical flow. The smoke is really kind of largely staying to the north for the most part, so not really seeing it too much. We'll just go to our MODIS satellite and see if we see any big fires going on in Canada before I wrap this up. And I don't really see any big fires going on. Oh, yeah, there is a big one right there, and that's probably, Saskatchewan, yeah. So there's still a big fire there. So there's still fires burning. So whenever the airflow comes from this direction, this part of Canada, that's when we have the fires develop. So, yeah. So we'll have to see what happens here. But that is going to wrap up this weather video here. There's Chantal again. Yeah, back into the unsettled mess. We go again. Have a good night.